Hey nerd family, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the rebranded CBS All Access, the new Paramount Plus. Before we get into it, we're going to go ahead and roll the intro. I'll see you back here in a second. Life has definitely been coming at me fast here. I haven't been getting the videos out as fast as I would like. I've been working on a few videos here for you guys, and with everything else going on, we did have our little one who came a little bit early, and for lack of sleep, I haven't really been getting everything edited and posted here for you as fast as I would like, but working on today's video here for you so we can start getting some things back out here for you. Today we're going to be taking a look at Paramount Plus to see if it's the streaming platform for you. Now, for those of you that have had CBS All Access and have been happy with it, then just keep on rolling. You do have some added content here, but not much has changed, so if you liked it, you're just going to have more of it. Now, for those of you who have not had CBS All Access and are thinking if you should get Paramount Plus, that's what we're going to go ahead and dive into today and take a look and see if it's worthwhile for you. Now, I will tell you, I've been a CBS All Access subscriber for the past couple of years. I've been happy with it only because there's a lot of good CBS content that I haven't been able to get anywhere else. So I've been able to subscribe to it, and I've been doing the commercial-free subscription for a while, and I like it. And obviously with the additives here for Paramount Plus, it's going to go ahead and give me more. But I think there are a few shortcomings as far as them rebranding into Paramount Plus that we're going to go ahead and discuss today. So as you can see behind me here, I do have the Paramount Plus pulled up on Roku TV here. We're going to go ahead and get started. As you jump right into the main screen, you do have the different networks that they have on this platform here. So you have CBS, BET, Comedy Central, MTV, Nickelodeon, and Smithsonian Channel. They did make it a pretty clean user interface here, although I think there's a few tweaks they can make to make it even better over time, but it is pretty clean right out of the gate here. So of course you have those different networks that you can click on here, but you also have your menu down over on the left. So you have your home, you have shows, movies, live TV, news, and brands is going to basically be those brands across the top there. You do also have a search function, so you can search for things as well. And you do have different profiles, so you can go down to your profile, and of course you can add other profiles for your family members, so that way it kind of knows what each individual person likes, instead of it mingling all the different shows together. So they did make it pretty good, but here are some of the few shortcomings. It does have quite a bit of content, mainly your CBS content. As you look at some of the things down here, it does show you some of the networks underneath those different shows. So you got your Paramount Plus Original, Nickelodeon, Nick Jr., CBS, MTV, so forth and so on. So it shows you what channels those are on, which is great. Now, a lot of the shows that are on here don't have the full seasons. You may catch a couple random seasons here or there. Sometimes it might be the first few seasons. Sometimes it could be the current seasons. Sometimes I've seen some of the shows where it's random seasons, season 4 or whatever it might be for particular TV shows. Now some of those might be that they still have some contracts with some of the other streaming services that those shows were airing on previously that have not yet ended. So hopefully as those contracts do end, they will put more and more on Paramount Plus here. But that's just going to be something that time's going to tell, unfortunately. But there's a lot of shows that I came across that just don't have the full seasons, which is kind of a letdown if you want to go and watch a certain show and then you find out it doesn't have the full season. So if it's something that you're not paying for yet, I'd definitely jump on the 30-day free trial and kind of scope it out and see if it's got the shows that you want to watch before you jump in and actually pay for it. But there's a lot of those one-offs where there's a lot of shows where they don't have the full seasons, so just bear that in mind. Now, you do have a couple different pay structures, so you can do the limited commercials here, which is going to come in at about $6 a month. You can do commercial-free option, which comes in about $10 a month. And of course, you can pay for a year and save a little bit of money there, which is what I do for mine. Now, they haven't announced if they're going to be upping the price. I'm sure that as they add more content and kind of change things around, I'm sure that there's probably going to be some price hikes there, but time will tell. As of now, it's the same price that CBS All Access was. Now, there's a few things that I do find odd. Definitely not deal breakers, and I think it is things that they can change over time, but let's just take a quick look here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. You have your networks across the top, as I said, your CBS, your BET, Comedy Central, and all those. But if you go through and you go to all shows here, you'll see that there's some networks that aren't in the top. Now, my first one is Paramount TV. So there's some Paramount TV shows or Paramount Network TV shows, such as Bar Rescue and a few others, that they don't have that category for. And I find that very odd that Paramount Plus doesn't have a Paramount Network category to find the shows that were produced by Paramount. I kind of find that odd. Now, I think that because there's not very many, that maybe they're holding off until they kind of have some more things produced, but either way, I still think they could have a category for it. I did find maybe 7, I think, shows that were Paramount Network, so I think that they definitely could have a category for it. It would just be a very small category, but would still make it easier. So that's just one of them. But you may also notice here, as we scroll through, you have VH1 TV shows, that those don't have a category. You have country music television that doesn't have a category. You have TV Land that doesn't have a category. And I'm sure there's a few more that are in this list of networks that they have some shows for that they don't have the categories up top. And my personal opinion, even if there's 2 shows, I still think that they should have that category, so that way it's easier for you to come in here and find those shows or find those networks that you're looking to watch, to narrow it down a little bit easier instead of trying to go and find those through all the shows. Even if there's only a couple shows and they plan on adding to it in the future, I still think it'd be easier to have those networks for you to just go search that network and find those shows, especially if you're new to the service and you're trying to see what networks are on there and what they have for those networks. I definitely think it would make it easier. So hopefully they can add that in the future to have more of those networks come in there. Now, another concern that I have that is yet to really be tested, I will test this going forward, and you guys let me know if you want to see a full video on it, but one of my other concerns is that if you have a BET Plus subscription, what happens? Do you have to pay separately for the BET Plus subscription as well as pay for the BET channel through Paramount Plus here? I'm wondering if the BET Plus content is only going to go to BET Plus subscribers, and other stuff's going to come over to this subscription over here. I'm not really sure how they're going to do that going forward, but I am curious to find out, and I will be testing that here shortly. I'm also curious, with the same thing in mind here, is that if they do want to keep a BET Plus subscription, that's fine, but I think my thing is that can they somehow work it into this application? So that way I don't have to go and load up the BET Plus application to watch BET Plus things, and I don't have to load up the Paramount Network to watch certain Paramount shows and things of like that nature. I'd rather just be able to do it all in one. So even if they want to keep it a separate fee, have it be like an add-on feature that when you log in, it knows that you have the BET Plus, and it gives you that BET Plus content. So even if they want to keep it a separate price or jack up this price to however they do it, I think it'd just be easier to have one application access all of it. Now that is just my opinion, but I think it'd just be easier to have everything under one roof instead of having all these different apps, which I think was their main point when they did Paramount Plus here, but they haven't quite nailed everything down just yet. Now, it is kind of a similar thing with some of the other platforms here, except that BET Plus does have a subscription model that's separate. You just pay for it separately. But there are some other things out there, such as Nick Hits or like Noggin, Comedy Central, a few of those other things that you can actually purchase, whether it be through Amazon Prime channels or through Apple TV. You can subscribe to some of these extra additives and get some of those TV shows if you are a cord cutter. So I'm curious to see what the difference is between the content on those add-on services versus what you get in here. If you add on Nick Hits versus just watching the Nickelodeon content in here, or if you add on Noggin versus the Nick Jr. content in here, so forth and so on with the other networks like Comedy Central and VH1, things like that, that have those extra add-ons. I'm curious what the content difference is versus the cost difference. So I would like to test those going forward. If you guys want to see some videos comparing some of those services to this, to kind of see how they hold up against it and what you're kind of missing between the two and the cost difference, let me know and I can make some separate videos on those. But I am curious to see how that's going to play out going forward with this full service here. So all in all, I do think it's a great service, especially if you're a CBS fan and you do like some of these other things, MTV and BET, VH1, things like that. You do get a lot of great content. I just hope that they keep adding more and more and unlock more seasons of things as time goes on. So I'm excited to see where it goes in the coming months. I do think it's going to be a strong streaming platform, as CBS All Access already was. I just think it's going to hopefully continue to get stronger. So time will tell, and we'll make some other update videos as that goes. Now, if you guys made it this far in the video, I do appreciate you. I'd like to just kind of give some updates here so we kind of know what's going on. So if you only came for the CBS All Access / Paramount Plus, then you're pretty much good to go. But if you'd like to hear some of the updates coming forward, then I got a few more moments here for you to kind of let you guys know what's going on. So I do have a Discovery Plus video in the works. I was working on kind of doing a review of that. I've been testing it for a little while, and like I said, kind of life came at us fast here, and I just haven't gotten it fully done yet. But Discovery Plus video is coming in the near future here. And I have been working on a few other things as well, some video game related type things. I know a couple people have asked if I can do another review of the controller that I had been using. So I am working on some other videos with the controller, as well as some other video game related items. I'm not sure if I'm going to make a full YouTube video on them just yet, but I may put out some videos, whether it be on the nerdcircle.com or also through the social media channels. So keep an eye on the Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, and make sure you're checking out the nerdcircle.com as well, just to make sure you don't miss anything. I may put up some little clips and little videos and things there versus doing a full YouTube video. If it's not something I think needs the time invested for a full video. So definitely, if you're interested in those, make sure to keep an eye on all social media channels, so that way you can follow along for anything added there. And as I said, our little one was just born. At the time of filming this, she's 11 days old and hasn't really been sleeping through the night, so we've had a lot of sleepless nights here, but I'm working on trying to get these videos out here for you guys. But other than that, you know, just life's been happening here, but trying to pump out the videos. Of course, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, make sure to let me know, so that way we can go ahead and answer those for you today. As always, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for subscribing, liking, and commenting here. I hope you guys liked today's video, and I hope you guys got something out of it. If you are curious about Paramount Plus and you have not had CBS All Access before, definitely sign up for that 30-day free trial. Give it a shot. See what you think. I definitely think there's a lot of potential for it, and there is a lot of great content on it. They just have a few things to work on. But definitely go for that free trial, and if you like it, go ahead and continue subscribing to it. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. Alright guys, if you haven't already, make sure to go to thenerdcircle.com. Also make sure to follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Nerd Circle. I hope this year's been treating everyone better than last year, and hopefully you guys keep staying safe and healthy out there. If you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, please give it a big thumbs up. Please make sure to share this video across any social media platform that you like. If there's anything I forgot to mention, I'll make sure to leave it in the description down below. Of course, if there's anything you guys noticed that I forgot, or just have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave them in the comment section down below. Of course, if you haven't already, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure to ring that bell so you get notified of any new videos to come out. You can also follow the links on the screen to the older videos. Also, let me know down below, what's your streaming platform of choice, and what's your favorite show you're binging right now. And until next time, guys, stay nerdy.